Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiffany and I'm going to show you how to get this makeup look that I'm wearing today. If you like this tutorial, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see some specific makeup looks from me. And I'm also thinking about doing a tag video soon too. I'm thinking about doing husband does my makeup tag. I think that'll be really fun. So let's jump right in so I can show you guys how to get this makeup look. To prime my eyes, I'm going to use Eden Eyeshadow Primer Potion by Urban Decay. Just going to apply a little bit to each eye. And use a Sedona Lace brush to blend it in. I'm going to bring the primer all the way up to the brow bone. I'm not going to set the eyeshadow primer. I know it's a little bit untraditional, but it works for me. So my first transition color is going to be Chickadee by Makeup Geek. I'm just going to blend it in towards the brow bone. For my next transition color, I'm going to use Uninterrupted by MAC. I'm going to use the same Sigma E38 to blend it in, right below Chickadee. Now to spice it up a little bit, I'm going to take this color here from the Jaclyn Hill palette and blend it in my crease. Just going to blend, add more color, blend, add more color, till I'm satisfied with the payoff. I'm going to go in and cut the crease with MAC Select Cover Up Concealer. For the lid color, I'm going to use the Juvia's Place Magic Palette, and I'm going to take the color Kessie. Next, I'm going to take the same blue-green color we used from the Jaclyn Hill palette and add it to the outer V. Taking the Jaclyn Hill palette again and using this dark forest green shade here, I'm going to take that same blending brush and place that on the outer V as well. I'm going to do the very same thing to the other eye. Go in and add the dark green. You want to take little by little of the eyeshadow, especially dark colors, and just kind of pack them on as you go so that the eyeshadow doesn't get out of control. The reason I'm not bringing the green eyeshadow any higher in the crease is because I feel like the higher you bring the eyeshadow up, the more dramatic it'll be, and the less wearable it'll be for some people. Some people are fine with drama. They'll want to bring the darker color up a little bit higher. But if you want to make this a more wearable or daytime look, then you can keep the dark green lower in the outer V and not bring it up in the crease area. now that we're pretty much done with the eyeshadow on the lids, I'm going to go in with eyeliner. I'm going to use MAC's Brush Black Liquid Liner. And I'm going to do a really fierce wing. And as you can see here, I added some white dots using NYX liquid liner just for a little fun on the outer wing. I'm going to do the same thing to this wing here. I'm going to take NYX's white liquid liner and make small dots just along the outer wing. You want to be careful that you're using very light pressure when you're applying the white liner, otherwise the dots will come out too big. So I added lashes off camera. I'm wearing Intoxicating by Flutter Lashes. I'm going to go in with primer now. I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And if you're interested in how to apply lashes, I have a video on my channel that'll show you guys how to apply top and bottom false lashes. For foundation today, I'm going to be using none other than Fenty Beauty foundation. This is my new favorite, as I've mentioned in another video, and I am in the shade 370. Just going to take about 2 pumps of that, dab it all over. Going to take my damp beauty blender to blend it all in. Taking Tarte Shape Tape in the color Tan for highlight. Setting my under eyes, forehead, and chin with the Sephora Matte Perfection Powder Foundation in the color Golden Fawn. As an extra layer of protection and to make sure my under eyes don't crease, I like to use the Cover FX Matte Setting Powder in the color Medium. And I don't really let this bake. I just kind of apply it to the areas that I want and then wipe it away. So it probably stays on a minimum of 30 seconds to a minute. I just take a brush and dust it away. I find that if I bake for too long, for 5 minutes, 4 minutes, it just looks a little too powdery for my taste. Looks a little too drying under the eyes. So 30 seconds to a minute is just enough for me. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to use another Sephora powder foundation. This one is in the color Neutral Toffee. And I just take the back end of my beauty blender and apply it to my face. And this just helps to set the foundation I used in place. Make sure it doesn't move throughout the day. If you have dry skin, you probably want to skip this step. I'm going to contour my cheeks, forehead, jawline, and nose using the Bahama Mama Bronzer by The Balm. I'm going to use a Real Techniques brush to blend out the contour. Now I've got my nose contour on, and I do let that bake for about 5 or 6 minutes because I get really oily in my T-zone here, and I find that if I do not bake my nose contour that it will wear off throughout the day. And I know nose contour is not necessary, but it was always something that I wasn't really good at, so I like to do it and practice it so that I can master it. I'm going to take this blush here by Milani. It's called Luminoso, and apply it to my cheeks. I really do need to step my blush collection up, guys. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't have a huge variety of blush. So I'm looking into getting a blush palette. If you have some recommendations, leave them for me below in the comment section. I know Anastasia Beverly Hills is coming out with 2 new blush palettes in October. So I may be purchasing those, we'll see. The good thing about this blush here, number 1, is drugstore, so it's pretty affordable. And number 2 is it has a little bit of sheen in it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it already kind of slightly highlights the cheekbones. So if you're not a big fan of highlighter and you want to skip that step, this is a good blush to have in your collection because it gives you just the right amount of sheen. I'm going to do a little bit more baking under my cheekbones. I'm going to highlight using the Profusion highlighter by Makeup Forever, and this is the number 2. I'm going to brush away, bake here, and on my nose. And for the lash line, I'm going to take this Eye Kohl from L'Oreal in the color True Teal and line my waterline. I'm also going to take some of that same light green shade we used in the crease and apply it to the lower lash line. To blend that out, I'm going to use Chickadee and Uninterrupted. And to tie the lower lash line up, I'm going to take that dark green color that we have in the outer V and add it to my bottom lash line. I was going in between whether or not I wanted to fill out the bottom lash line and add color there. I like the way it turned out, but I will say if you're going for a more daytime look, a day date or a day party, you can skip the lower lash line and it'll look less smoky and a little bit less intense. I feel like smoking out the bottom lash line made it more of a night out look. Okay, so I'm going to go in and line my lips with Cork by MAC. If you haven't already guessed, it's one of my favorite lip liners. It just pretty much goes with any nude lipstick of your choice. I'm using Soul by Colored Rain for lipstick today. To set my face, I'm going to go in with these 2 setting sprays, Cover FX Mattifying Setting Spray and MAC Fix Plus. Alright guys, that completes this makeup look. We got another one down and many more to go, so don't forget to leave me some suggestions in the comment section. You can check out my latest videos here and follow me on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'll link all of those below in the description box. I want to thank each and every one of you so much for watching, and to my next one, bye!